seated position, and we're going to cross the legs. And also here, as we're crossing the legs, notice which way you're crossing the legs. Maybe right leg first, maybe left leg first. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Of course, make this your practice and celebrating the inner sunshine. So here, taking the arms up along the ears, and then very gently over to that right side. And as we inhale, take torso, arms up, and then very gently over to the left side. I would like us to focus on the in-breath today. Inhale up, exhale. Sometimes the exhale is longer than the in-breath. Inhale and over to the left side. So continuing this way, breathing through the nose. Focus on the inhalation. If you enjoy Ujjayi Pranayama, slight closure of the back of the throat, and finding that rhythmic breath, and so the body rhythmically follows the movement. And as we're going over to the side, maybe we can lower a little bit more as we're warming up here the inner spaciousness. It is guiding us. As we know, the inner spaciousness is compassionate, it is wise, and we're listening to that. Inhale up, and then take the hands behind the back, feet wide, and here we go with those seated windshield wipers. So now we're moving the hips, top hip, way on top of that lower hip. Sensing what is going on in the center of our microcosmos, right? The inside is so complex, so many layers, so many dimensions. So here, compassionate inner listening. Let's come over to this right side. So the right hip is under, and then we can take the left leg a little further back and torso towards the wall behind us. We can take the elbows wide. Forehead resting on something. Longer inhalation. Focus on the inhalation. So the inhale is the aspect of receiving life, allowing life to be nurtured by life. The breath is the bridge between form dimension and formlessness dimension. And today focusing on the in-breath, and especially if we feel a little cool, longer in-breath. Very nice. Come up. Legs to the bottom of the mat, and then we're going to, before we do that same deer posture, before we do the second side, let's come on the back and knees into the chest. Just hug the knees. Bring the knees above the hips, hands down, lower legs parallel to the floor. Exhale, right heel towards bottom of the mat. Inhale up, right knee over the hip. Exhale, left heel towards bottom of the mat. Inhale up. And here we go, right side. Inhale up. Exhale, left side. So on our back, one leg at a time. Now when the knees, both knees are on top of the hip, we could do a little further squeeze of those muscles along the pelvis and the spine, and maybe a little lift evenly through right and left side. Maybe a little lift of the pelvis. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale up, inhale, so continuing this way. One more time. Very nice, hug the knees. And then roll to your side or just roll up, coming to your seated position. Feet wide, a little bit of windshield wipers. Playfully rolling to the outside of that lower hip and taking that upper hip a little bit more on top. Nice. So take the legs to the left side. We're on the outer left hip. And now it's that right leg that goes back behind us. Sit tall. Walk the hands towards the back wall. And then elbows wide. Forehead on something if it's okay. The first aspect of the practice is the inner listening. Right here, right now. Guided by the wise and compassionate inner spaciousness. Very nice. Come up. Legs in front of us, hands behind the knees, and slowly roll onto your back, head down, hug the knees. This is our cosmic egg with hands behind the knees. If we would like to, arms parallel to the floor. And maybe forehead towards the knees. This is a lot. So if you notice the throat, the neck gets quickly tired, at any time, do head down. Exhale. Focus on the inhale. Arms, legs up. Spread toes and fingers. Exhale into our cosmic egg. Inhale, arms towards the back wall, legs at a little incline if you want strengthening. Exhale, cosmic egg. Inhale. So it can be cosmic egg with head remaining on the mat. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale, expansive inner cosmos. Exhale, and then all together. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. So carefully choose the incline for your legs. As we know, the lower the legs, the more strengthening, healing that is. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Let's just hug the right leg, left heel to the bottom of the mat. And here we go. One of our favorite twists, supine twist. We're focusing on the in-breath. Receiving that nourishing sun warmth and sunlight. One more breath. Very nice. Onto the back, hug the knees. And then we're going to roll up or first to the side and up. So coming to your left hip. And if we want, padding. So make sure here that you're not uncomfortable, okay? So if we put padding, if we have a wood floor, this might be a little more comfortable. Creating somewhat of a straight line, heels, hips, shoulders, ears. Now as we press down through the outside edge of that left hip, outside edge of the left arm, lift the lower side of that upper body. Okay, we could slide maybe a finger underneath that lower side of the waist. Take your top hand to press into the mat. I'm bending that lower arm, but if you prefer, straight arm. We're flexing the feet. Now as you exhale, lift the legs. Inhale, legs lower. Exhale, lift the legs. So repeating this way as we exhale, legs higher. As we inhale, legs lower. exhale up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Now, if you're having a good day, you could even lift the upper body. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. I'm keeping my head heavy on that lower arm. I'm leaning a little forward onto that top hand that is pressing down. Exhale up. It's a little wobbly. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. But we're really close to the ground, so not too much can happen here. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Last one. Nice. Bend the knees and then just come up and right away to that second side. Bending the lower arm, straight legs as we press down through the outside edge of that lower right hip and shoulder. See if you can lift the lower side of the waist. So let's start just the legs. Exhale up, inhale lower. Exhale up, inhale lower. So I've renamed this the side carrot. Plants, vegetables, all of that green and brown stuff coming from the earth with all the colors. What an amazing nourishment. So focus on the inhale, exhale up. Now if you want, lift upper body, totally optional. So I'm pressing that top hand into the mat. I'm leaning a lot into it. And maybe I'm lifting a little bit the upper body. We're always a beginner. It's a new moment, so fresh alertness here. Exhale up, inhale lower. Last two breaths. Nice. Let's be on our back. Hug the knees. Woohoo! Oh. Right heel down. Left arm out to the side and we're twisting. We're focusing on the in-breath. See if you feel cool. Lengthen the in-breath. If we feel we're just at right temperature, even breath. Where the duration of the in-breath and the duration of the out-breath, same length. So today's practice, my intention is to have Uttanasana, standing forward bend, to replace Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. I want you to experience how we could practice without downward facing dog. So onto hands and knees. If you have props to your side, bring them to your side. Let's come to carrot. So carrot can be baby carrot with the knees on the mat. It could be carrot with straight legs, also known as staff posture in Sanskrit Dandasana. So as we exhale, walk the feet to the middle of the mat. And then once the heels are underneath the hips, all body weight on the feet, just relaxing here, standing forward bend. And then if you want, a little bit to one side with the upper body, and then to the other side with the upper body. Moving freely here. And then stillness, just hanging here. So notice how relaxed the neck, the head can be. I'm bending my knees just so that it's a little easier on the lower back. Of course, we can go for straight legs, but the primary intention is ease, it's well-being. So if the lower back guides us towards bending the knees, maybe doing so. Now, hands, shoulders width distance apart on the mat. And middle fingers pointing straight ahead. If we feel a little tight in the shoulders, have that index fingers parallel to one another. Okay, we can turn very slightly the hands, fingers out, if we feel tight in the shoulders. And then walk the feet back. Here we go. Carrot, maybe a baby carrot with knees on the mat. Make sure your upper thighs lift up towards the bones. I can be passive in the legs, but really lift up. And the front of the body also lifting up. So I'm not collapsing, I'm lifting up. Nice. Maybe knees on the mat. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Slide the shoulder blades back and down. And as you exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog, and then walk the feet to be underneath the hips and just relax here. Breathing. So no weight in hands, shoulders. So this position of the arms just hanging this way is really good for our shoulders. Now, each situation is unique, so if you feel it's not comfortable, you could have the elbows on the upper thighs with bent knees. Okay, that's another way to be in this position, or even hands on the upper thighs. Take the hands to the mat, walk the feet back, inhale any carrot. And as we exhale, crocodile, maybe to the belly. Inhale, any back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the right foot to the inside of your right hand. Very nice. Bring the arms along the ears. And as we inhale, torso, shoulders over the hips. Some of us will like to drop the back heel down, the heel. Okay, so this can always be left heel down or left heel up. Hips down, lift the rib cage. If the arms don't like, shoulders don't like arms up, do arms further out, okay? Exhale, hands down. Back leg up, inhale. Maybe left hip on top of the right. Exhale, fold forward. Upper body relaxed. And then drop the hips. Torso up. Inhale, come up. Straight up, maybe a back bend. Receiving the sunshine in the front of the body. Exhale, fold. Now receiving the sunshine in the back of the body. Nice. So right leg up. Inhale. And then right foot bottom of the mat. Come to your carrot or baby carrot. Inhale. Exhale, any crocodile. Inhale, any back bend. Lift the chest and then downward facing dog. Right away, walk the feet. And instead of downward facing dog, Uttanasana. Any arm variation. So you saw me, perhaps I had my palms facing up towards the top of my head, just the hands underneath my head this way. It can be refreshing to have this arm position, right? If your wrists are tired, you can always do palms face up with top of the hands in contact with the mat. Let's bring the palms flat. Come to your carrot. Inhale. And then downward dog. Left foot to the inside of our left hand. Torso arms up. So Virabhadrasana A, warrior A. Back heel can be on the mat or up. Left foot points straight ahead. Let the hips release down, torso up. And as we exhale, hands down, back leg up. Inhale. Exhale, right foot, top of the mat and fold. Let's drop the hips, torso up, head up. Inhale, the whole upper body up. Open the front of the body to receive sunshine. Exhale, fold. Now the whole back of the body is receiving sunshine. Left leg up, inhale. Maybe left hip higher than the right. Exhale, right foot down. Come to your carrot, inhale. Exhale, any crocodile. Inhale into a back bend. And as we exhale, forward bend. So downward dog. Take right away the right foot to the inside of your right hand. Nice. So if you feel low energy today, be here, Ardha Hanumanasana. Just stretch the back of that right leg, just relaxed here, okay? If it's more the hips that didn't need a stretch, you can be here in humble warrior. You can always relax in a posture that you know works well. If you feel strong and you want a little bit of that heat, that strengthening, curl the back toes under. Exhale, lift off that left hip on top of the right. Upper body relaxed. And as we inhale, drop the back foot, drop the hips low. Exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale, lower. Drop the hips low. Exhale, up. Inhale, hips low. Focus on the in-breath. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. 4 more. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. So it's really nice to slow down. Slowing down the breath. Last exhale. And then left foot top of the mat. And again, relax if you want, arms behind the back. Now let's take the hands outside the feet, right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, right foot bottom of the mat. Come to your carrot. So these are known as push-ups. It can be knees on the mat, keeping the shoulder blades back towards the hips. We're just bending the arms. So the chest comes forward. Watch to not take the head between the hands. That is how the shoulders get hurt. So you can be a little forward, bend the arms, and make it as small as you want. Maybe knees on the mat. It could be just a tiny, tiny bend. Very nice. All the way to the belly. Exhale. We're pointing the feet. Inhale, cobra. Check with your wrist, arms, shoulders. If you feel upper facing dog is good, do upper facing dog. And then downward dog. Walk the feet so the heels are underneath the hips. And relaxing here. Uttanasana. The standing forward bend can always be an alternative to the downward facing dog. Make sure to have around 50% of your body weight in the heels. Feet somewhat parallel to one another. And I will suggest feet hip width apart. Many styles of yoga do big toes together, feet together. It's restrictive to all of the body. It can be a lot for women that have wider hips than men. So I will suggest feet hip width apart. Come to plank, carrot, and then left foot forward. Back knee down. So remember, option to be here in Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey posture. If you feel the back of the leg is what needs an opening, maybe here, humble warrior. You could do a little bit of both, of course. And if you want the strengthening here, exhale, right leg up, right hip on top of the left. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, up. Inhale, hips really low. Exhale, up. Maybe you want to do just a few of these and then stretching. Okay? So feel the physical sensations those legs, region of the hips, pelvis is sending us. Four more breaths. Focus on the in-breath. And last one. Very nice. So right foot underneath that right hip. And release. Maybe hands holding the elbows. Nice. So we're going to come to a squatting position. Maybe the heels are up. Maybe the arms are on the inside. And then we're sitting down. Nice. Take the hands to the inside of the legs and balancing here. At any time, it can be heels on the mat. So this is a lot of work. Make sure it feels right to you. Okay. Be on the outer right hip. It's a little bit like a boat on its side. And then be on the outside of your left hip. Yes. Let's do outer right hip again. You can even not hold onto the legs. And then outside of that left hip. Good. And come back center now. Arms to the outside of the legs. If you start to feel fatigue on our back, okay? So all that we're doing up can be on our back and arms in a T shape, okay? So we'll be on the outer right hip as we inhale a little longer. It could be arms staying ahead. Exhale together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And breathing with a focus on the in-breath. Four to go. Very nice. So we'll meet on our back. And then you can do a bridge, supportive bridge. Maybe the block underneath the sacrum. It could be Urdhva Dhanurasana, upside down bow pose. Focus on the in-breath. Very nice. Let's take the hips to the mat and hug the legs. Breathing, feeling how air flows into the lungs and flows out of the lungs. So we'll do boat pose on the outer left hip. If you'd rather be on your back, it would look like this, being on our back, arms in a T shape. Inhale out, exhale in, okay? So your right hip is a little bit on the air. If you're floating here, this way. So we'll do 10 breaths. Inhale, exhale out. But of course, rest when you're wise and compassionate. Inner body guides you to rest. We have 5 breaths to go. Last one. And one more. Sorry, my counting. Very nice. Exhale. Roll up to a seated position and come to a child's pose. So it could be just legs behind us. It could be crossing the lower legs in front of us. And then child's pose. So I'm changing the patterns. Long breath. Whenever there's a change, it is challenging. And the longer there was a certain pattern, and that pattern is changing, the more disruptive it is, the more of a challenge it is. So if you're feeling a little challenged right now, as I am, that is to be expected. That is totally natural. See if you can sit on your heels. Maybe a breath here, otherwise any seated position. I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to do. We're going to be again in Uttanasana. And we're going to take the feet a little wider and the hands over to that right side, and we're going to lift the left leg. It's a balanced posture and it's a lot. So even if you're just stepping to the side, that's enough with the toes on the mat. I'm bending my right leg. Okay, so come to a standing forward bend. And this is the last Uttanasana for the day. Okay. So your heart, we didn't do much on hands and knees. Hopefully that feels okay. Take the feet a little wider than the hips. Bend the knees a little bit. And then taking the hands to be on either side of your right foot. Lean to that right side and lift the left leg out to the side. And it's a lot of fatigue in those legs right away. We rarely do this. Good. One more breath here. And drop that left foot, relax. Take the feet wide, open the knees wide, come to a squatting position, and maybe you want to balance in your squatting position. Heels are up, that is a nice option. Hands to the mat, hips up, so the feet a little wider than the hips, hands on either side of the left foot, on fingertips, left knee bends a little bit and the right leg comes up. Upper body totally relaxed. Totally relaxed. One more breath. And relax feet. And come to knees. Very nice. So, come onto your knees, facing any direction. I'm turning to the side just so you can have this view of the demonstration. Knees hip width apart. Take the right hand out to the side. You could do a fist, you could be on the fingertips because most of the weight is on that right lower leg. So my right lower leg is perpendicular to the mat. And then if you want, bend the left knee, left hand on top of that left foot, and you're relaxing the upper body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Yes, head in whatever position that works for the neck. And if not, holding the foot is feeling better. Absolutely. Just bend the left leg, take it towards the back wall. Left arm towards the back wall. Nice. Come onto the knees. Torso, arms up. Inhale. Lift the rib cage. And here we go. Now it's that left hand on the mat. Left lower leg perpendicular to the mat. Right leg up. We're focusing on the in-breath. And then we could do right hand holding the top of that right foot. Relax the head. Two more breaths. Focusing on the in-breath. Neck relaxed. And letting go. Very good. So, if you have padding to the side. Come to elbows, forearms on the mat. Bring the hands to the outside of the elbows. We want to make sure those elbows remains underneath the shoulders. Press the palms, interlace the fingers. Here we go, straight legs, Dandasana. Carrot on the forearms. Upper arms hugging in. Front of the body lifting up. So I'm not just here hanging there, I'm lifting those upper thighs, and the knees can be on the mat at any time. See if you can keep the neck in line with the spine. Last breath here. The focus is on the in-breath. And as we exhale, knees down, hips down, all the way down. So left cheek can be on the left hand, and you can do your quad stretch this way, half frog, Bekasana. It can be on the outer left side. An option could be arms in a T shape and just that right leg crossing over behind us. Slowing down the inhalation, slowing down the exhalation. Beginning, middle, end of the in-breath. Beginning, middle, end of the out-breath. Very nice. Onto the belly. Elbows underneath the shoulders, lift up and dolphin. Feet hip width apart, elbows, shoulders width distance apart. Knees can be bent, bring those hips back. Nice. Come forward, knees, hips down, and then your second side. So it can be right cheek on the right hand, just holding the left foot. Maybe on the outer right hip. Maybe arms in a T shape, just that left leg crossing behind us. Beginning, middle, end of the in-breath. Beginning, middle, end of the out-breath. Onto the belly. Elbows underneath the torso come up. And then just coming to a seated position, legs in front of us. Sitting tall, inhale. And it can be bent legs, bent arms, gently forward bending. We're inflating the lungs. 2/3, 3/3, and then deflating gradually the lungs for 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. As we inhale, sit up, and then with control, slowly roll onto the back. Blissful baby posture. Cross right upper thigh on top of the left, legs to the left side. Open that right arm out to the side. The deepest layers can relax, and we feel the form dimension diluting itself into the earth, onto the back. Inhale, open the legs. Now left upper thigh on top of the right. Open that left arm out. Surrendering into presence. So we can feel the form dimension releasing a little bit back into the background. And then that formless, luminous, essential nature coming to the foreground, more on the surface. So let's roll onto the back, hug the knees. Shavasana, maybe 5, maybe 10 or 15 minutes here. Palms opening up to receive the sunshine. Letting go. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the infinite, formless, luminous spaciousness. And may all forms be safe, healthy, at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.